Hey, Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. We're a couple seconds away from the 10:30 open, and or not 10:30, the crude oil inventory report, and I wanted to show the trade if it looks good today. No, obviously. So today is October 21st, Wednesday, October 21st, 2020. And you got your inventory reports coming out right now. Can't trade until a minute after the 9:30 mark right now. That's pretty much on target there, right? Been reasonableness being on target. Trading pivot point to S1 early this morning, or earlier. Low is at 40.80 right now. All things being equal, I want to be in at 91 right now, or better, short. Still waiting for a 931 print. There it is, 931. So we have a 6P target, and I've got a 2R stop right now. 6P is 98. The 2R stop is 27 ticks. Okay, it didn't get filled there. Here's the morning activity. Let's pull the 15-minute chart over. Looks like we've got a little bit of demand down here at this area right here. Fighting off of that demand area. We have a 200 bar SMA coming across the 15-minute chart right there. Moving to break even when we get close to the low here. One R stop is 13 ticks. Puts it at 41.05. We'll go to a 1R stop now. 41.06. Got 135 sitting out there at 89. If we can get through that, I think we hit the low. All right, that's good enough here. Pushes back up through here. Try one more time. $175 at 80, trying to get through right now. Definitely in a downward slant here, looking at MACD and Williams percent R. GAM magic numbers at 40.24 today. Measure that from last swing. What do we got? 41.08. 6P down is 40.10. 40.26. So we'll keep our eyes right up there at the 40.26 mark. Don't like the way we're not breaking down here. There we go. Now it's jumping. Parabolic up move right here. See if we survive this one, we'll be okay. Sometimes the market likes to push up to push down. That's the best way to looking at it. When you see these parabolic upswing movements, it's telling you the true move is down. They're just trying to clear out some people before they take it down. See if we can push through that 40.80 is what I'm looking for right now. Let's go after that Gann number at 40.24 though. Call it 40.10 right now, 40.11. If we can push through there. All right, see if we can get that move now. 201 at 80 right there, 40.80. Look and see if we can get to 40.80. All right, that's close enough. It's holding on by the hair of its chinny chin chin right now. Can it break through yet? Or has it got one more up move in it? I don't know if I want to play with it anymore though. I want to see it break through here and go quickly. We got 40.24 being the Gann number today. Underneath that is the Gann 3995 is the 190-degree angle. That's kind of where that target is, I believe, right now we could go after. Didn't want to break there. Need to get through this 170 right here. Was that 120 now? These 120 and then 82 right underneath that. Might have to push up to get through there though, or it might be done going down. Might be a double bottom and up we go. Here's what it looks like on the 15-minute chart. What we're fighting right now. See if we get an extension to come down here. Your S1 line is located at 40.50. S2's at 39.76. Let's head to that right there. That's kind of a good target we might be able to find. $40.13. See if we can push through the 40.80. What can it get underneath there? How far can it go under? If we're done with the parabolic moves up here temporarily. There's 40.80. All right, so let's go ahead and protect 40.88 in case it only wants to go down a couple and shoot straight back up. So we have a Gann signal. We actually have a Gann signal at 40.58 on the Gann 90-degree angle, and you have the we have our S1 line hanging out here at 40.50. That seems like the next point of support in this market. Let's go ahead and lock in 3. Trail a little bit here. We'll trail like 10 or 11 behind right now. Try to grab as much as we can. We'll stay at 87 for now. We'll trail somewhere between 10 to 12 ticks behind the market. Looking for it to push down to it close to 40.50 on this move right now. So it'll be another 25 ticks down. If we get some momentum behind it, we can reach I think 40.24, 40.25. And this is the Gann 3995. So we got a 7p move from, what's the high today? The high is 41.59. Let's plug that in. See how far we can go. 40.11 is a 9p move. $39.95 is a 10p move down. That's what I'm looking at right now. And you see a 12p move running it to 39.62. So what did we say? 40.13 is halfway in between S1 and S2. So we're going to be looking at it right in here. Okay, down 71. Let's lock in a few more ticks here. Call it 83. There we go. See if we can push down to that 40.50 mark. We'll go lock in 81 now. Watching this right here. Don't want to get underneath this right now at 78. 79 looks pretty good right now. Expecting a bump here or a swing up coming down unless we move through it quickly. And if we move through it quickly, we have a shot to run the S2 line. That's kind of what we're looking at right now. I'm looking at 40.24 to 40.13 roughly right now. That's kind of the area I'm hunting for. I think 73 is a little too close to the market still right this second. Get to 61, I'll go to 73. Go to, oh, we'll go 74 for now. Okay, you can start seeing the S1 line creeping in right now. There's 61. Expecting a bounce here around the S1 line. Hopefully not getting too close to it. I don't know if this is as far as it's going to go. I'm looking at this red spike here. So we got 1, 2. We only have one above 1,000 right now, though, after the report came out. The Dow, let's see what's going on in the overall markets. Let's pull our little people trying to contact me when I'm trading. Things that don't happen, obviously, is me answering the damn phone. All right, 59. Let's move on down here. It's 19 tick winner here, plus the 2 that we got previous, or 1, whatever we got before, I don't remember. Look at that contract up there, January 21. Can we get through 2020? Here's the overall markets right now. There we go, 52, pushing that. Here's where I'm looking for that move to see if we can get there. There we go. All right. Go 53. Looking for that move. Looking for 40.13 to 40.24 right now is kind of what my target is. There's a big spike right there, 2393. 37 and 12 puts it around 51.49. We'll go 49 now. Trailing about 12 to 13 ticks behind the market. Going to grab as much as we can here. We are seriously closing in on our GAN signal at 40.24 right here. I'm getting aggressive. Believing that we can go halfway between S1 and S2 brings it to 40.13. This one here could be the end of the down for a while. Got red signal right there. Right there is 50 ticks at 39. 40.40. All right, let's go 39 now. Let's get at least a 50 tick move here today. All right, now we're pushing. 37. That's right at the GAN number, 40.24 right now. That's the magic number, closing in on it. I really don't want to be any closer than 37 right now. If it hits me, so be it. We'll see if it can push through there. Thinking it can get to 40.13, maybe get our target at 3995 right now. All right, now we want to move 40.33, 40, oh shit, 40.34. Now if it hits me, I've got to clear out. I hit that double button there that time, which is not a good thing, but hey, it happens. All right, 31. We're trailing 10 behind it. We're underneath our GAN number now at 24. We'll go 29. Locking in profit here. That's all I'm doing. If it takes me out, it's open up another entry and I've got to clear it out because I hit that button twice. It cleared this mark. You'll see something come on. You'll see me hit the X button to get rid of everything. If it goes to 3995, you won't see it because that's the target I'm after right now. But I think we can get to 40.13. Maybe not on this swing though. 40.24 is right. It should have flattened me out there and it did not. Did you see that? It ran right through there. Didn't fill me. What the hell was up with that? So what I did is I hit the flatten button right here, flatten current position. It did not fill me there. That was very strange. I've never seen that happen before on the simulator. Usually it's I have a 3 stop loss. It must have run through that. Anyway, so I hit the flatten, and just to be on the safe side, what you want to do is hit both buttons. Make sure you're out. I got 60 ticks on that. That's good enough. 40.24 was run. Looking at our magic number, right? So this is the GAN magic number, 137.5. It's the circle of life. It has a lot to do with what GAN studied over the years. William Delbert Gann, W.D. Gann. You see me talk about him an awful lot. He's one of the dudes out there that I follow. This is a square of 9 that he used. My interpretation of a square of 9. Let me rephrase that. And then we have our targets that we believe we can run in the day. Now, all I did roughly on this particular trade, so you understand where the targets were, where I thought the market could drop to. Let me get this out, and then we're going to wrap it up, and I got to go for the day. All right, so let me get my screen draw tool out. When you're forecasting a movement, you've got to pay respect to your pivot points. If you would measure half of this, so you add these 2 points together. So you add this plus this, divide by 2, came to 40.13. So when you're forecasting or you're looking at a price movement, you're thinking, where can a market drop to? Well, you are trying to figure out where the market could drop before you see some of these things right here, right? So here is some high volume spike in HVS, RVB as I call it. It's a red volume bar. So high volume spike, it's like a skyscraper. It's higher than anything else around it on either side of the line. I was forecasting 40.13. Where did I start tightening my stop up? When I saw that right there. This is where I got really aggressive on my stop placement at that point. Now, what could happen is it could go up and then come back down. But who's to say that this isn't the bottom of the market right here and it goes up to here where you could have had profit down here on your rabbit. Now, your rabbit side of the trade is always after a bigger it's moving behind the market as closely as you can get it. comfortably. The only way that I know how to trade this would be with 3 contracts. You'd have 2 off at your rabbit, and you would trail one maybe on the 200 bar line. And this kind of movement, I would say you'd be safe to move behind the 100 line right here. And you would trail the 100 line when you're on a nice descent down. And eventually you're going to get knocked out, right? The market's going to come down here and take you out at some point, but it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. And when you're on the tortoise side of the trade or the turtle side of the trade, now I've noticed inside TopStep Trader with this particular strategy that I use in positional trading and swing trading isn't effective at TopStep Trader. Reason being why it's not effective is it puts you in too much risk at the initial outlay of your trade. But when you find these nice movements, like for instance, this movement would be at least worth $1,200, right? You got 2 off at 60 plus. Right now, you've covered your risk because we were at 26 ticks risk today. By 3 is what, 78? Is that right? 78? So we're at 78 risk on our initial risk against 120 on 2, and we know we're going to get at least right here on 3 at 95 roughly. Let's call it S1 at 40.50 right now. So we know we're going to get at least that much. So now we know that this 120 is more like 160. So we're basically at a 2 to 1 at this point, 170, 180 or more on the 3. But the rabbit side of the trade is where the money, the quick money is made. And this is the only way that I've found to be successful in the 30K account at TopStep Traders. Be aggressive on a move that moves your favor, but not aggressive until you get close to your, I noticed I was trailing roughly between 12 to 14 ticks behind until we got this line right here. So if you go back and watch this video that I'm putting out here today, you'll notice that I was trailing on this down move right here about 12 to 14 ticks behind. But once we got to here, this is the Gann magic number at 137.5, I got very aggressive on my stop placement as it came back up. Doesn't mean that it's not done going down or up. I just know that I know where I have my price targets at, where I believe the market has a potential place to jump. I thought maybe it would jump here, or it would jump midway in here. That's what I was thinking coming into this downward move. Once we broke through here, you notice that I got aggressive looking at that 40.24 mark, the Gann number, and also looking at the 40.13 mark. I really didn't believe that we could get to S2 on this initial thrust down right here. I thought correctly that we'd have an up thrust in the market prior to making a run at S2. The only way that I'd be in this market running for the S2 would be on that tortoise side of the trade, right? The T side, the turtle. The rabbit's out. The rabbit side of the trade is out, and the turtle side of the trade basically follows behind the 100 bar line or the 200 bar line, depending upon the slope of the market right now. If the 200 and the 100 kind of get together with each other, closing in on each other, then I'll move up to the 200 bar line, and they're starting to flatten out. So a movement like this will start to flatten out, like it's doing right now. Starts to flatten out, and this might be all of the down that the market is willing to give until it goes maybe up halfway of the movement, perhaps. And this is the turtle side of the trade, right? This is what you're looking at, or right here. Looking at something like this, it's flattening out. Sometimes you'll see me measure 10 ticks below a low. So you have a low, you'll hit here, and you go up 10 ticks above that. So you might be in the middle of these two right now on your stop. But that is your turtle, not the rabbit. Very important to understand the difference between the two, in my humble opinion. Now here's what the market looks like on the 15-minute chart. We were up here looking for the 4080 mark, right? And then we see the drops. This is what I was looking for, the extension. So if we put an extension on this market right now, what am I talking about? Fibonacci extension, right? We can see something a little bit that my eyes see easily enough on my own without having to do this. But look at that right there. So now you have a Fibonacci extension that comes right at the 100% mark right now. So now you even have another mark. So knowing ahead of time that I already knew this coming in, I've already measured this movement, knowing that we could go here. That's something that, the more things that you get to line up together, the more apt the market will fall to a certain level, right? So we knew that 4024 was the Gann signal. Now we know the Fibonacci number was down here on the 100% extension of this move from Monday's high to today. So we know that we have a Fibonacci extension that just hit on the number period and then stopped. Doesn't mean that's the point is done right this second. It just means that it gives you another tool to put into your trader's toolbox. Say, okay, this is what can happen. Know your levels that you think the market could run to, especially if the rabbit moves quickly for you. Today was a perfect example of the market running the 100% line, running the 4024 line, and us taking as much as we could out of the market. Plus 60 ticks on the day, continuing to stay inside, I'm calling it PFA, Pro Funded Account. Swinging back and forth. This is a swing high for me right now. Back and forth I've been going. So I'm at looking for that 5,000 mark right now. So this is another swing high for me. I've been treading water in between 100 and 500 roughly, and now I made a new swing high or new daily high in the account at 767.5. So maybe I can pull out a nice decent trade Thursday or Friday now and get above the 1,000 mark or so and start clearing some ground out to get to that 5,000 mark. All right, that's going to do it for my explanation today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Today was on the inventory report trade, the CLPIT trading strategy that I use, the 10:30 a.m. By the way, I would highly recommend if you're trading inventories not to trade it on a day that it comes out at 11. It still kicks my ass when that market comes out. My loss came actually last week on Thursday of last week at the 11 o'clock mark on the inventories. So that's what kicked my ass last week. Once again, I believe the inventory strategy is a good strategy, but you need to lay off of it if you see it comes out a day later and half hour later on top of that. So I'm going to bypass the inventory strategy, at least for the time being, on any day that it's not on a Wednesday at 10:30 or 9:30 a.m. CST, 10:30 my time. So 9:30 a.m. I think, what did this say here now? Yeah, 9:30 a.m. So the inventory is coming out at the normal time on a Wednesday at 9:30. That's normal. But you can notice that this used to be a red report a few years ago. Now it's yellow. It was orange at one time. Now it's yellow. It's not as, they don't look at it as a thing that moves the market as much as it used to, by the way. But it's an inventory number, and it still moves the market in the inventories. Maybe not so much in the financial markets. Okay, that'll do it. All right, 40 minutes of me chit-chatting away with you today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm off to my class. I try to find time to trade here in the meantime. I'm very specific on my trading days now. I don't know if I don't know if I've said that or not, but I didn't trade at all yesterday. I'll look at Thursday and Friday. I had an overnight on Monday that did not pan out, and so I didn't really talk about it. The market didn't want to move. Today was the movement, right? Today we see a downward thrust in the market finally after a few days of it hanging out doing, not doing much of anything really. So had a nice upward movement on the 20th. You see that downward movement after hours yesterday. Hang out through here for the night. Come down, up and down. And know where you think the market has potential to move to, right? So doesn't mean that this is done. Just because you see a Fibonacci number doesn't mean that that movement's done down there. It just gives you an idea of where the market can bounce. Our profit target. So see that one came up to the 100 bar line. See, right now I'd tell you I'd probably be 10 ticks above that, 5 to 10 above this right here now. Be my exit. Or you could be trailing on the 200 bar line. Or you're trailing just a little above the 100 bar line right now. You really don't want to be using your trailing stop on your turtle on the yellow line. This is the 50 bar SMA. Really don't want to use that because that one gets in the way too many times, like you see here and here. This is a good rabbit exit though, by the way. When you're on the rabbit side of the trade, that's a great rabbit exit. But your turtle side of the trade, don't ruin it. You want to use the 100 bar or the 200 bar on that down move. Those are the two ones you're trying to protect against. Basically, long story short, you're trying to protect against those upswings that could take you out before it moves back down. It's not a perfect science. Nothing in trading is perfect. It's more of an art than it is technically driven. You got to understand. But the markets will follow some level of consistency when the market is trending. So when you're trending in one direction, there's a lot of interest to keep it trending until it goes to where the market participants, in this case, find demand, right? So the market's going to come on down until they establish demand. Maybe it's here, maybe it's down here a little bit, but when they establish demand, that's when the market will turn over. And it'll go up until they find supply on the other way, coming up through here. Key concepts of market supply and demand. That basically what moves the markets on a day-to-day basis, with the exceptions of market-driven movement, meaning market events. Events are another ball of wax that I don't want to get into today. I've talked about that in my trading videos over the years. This is just a normal movement, trend movement that's looking for demand right now on the downside. That's all it is. It's looking for demand somewhere, and when it finds it, it'll stop going down, and then it'll move up to a perceived supply line, and it just bumps between supply and demand on a trending type of market. All right, that'll do it. Dave Not out. Have a great rest of your trading day. This video will probably be up. I don't know if it'll be up before I leave or it'll be in this evening by the time I get it loaded. Probably this evening when you see it. But this was live trading on October 21st, 2020, Wednesday, October 21st, 2020. Inventory strategy, when you play it right, is very effective. Plus 60 ticks today on one contract. See you on the next video I put together. Bye for now.